Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Savage Files. I'm your host, Jade Savage, and I am so very eager to get into today's episode because I have fallen into a week-long rabbit hole with this case. I did not realize there was going to be so much information readily available because this case has not gone to trial yet, but I have found so many videos, so much footage. I'm actually going to put together a separate video after this one showing all of the body cam and video footage of everything that I've found because there's hours and hours and hours of video and I watched it all. With that being said, let's jump into today's case. This case made big headlines back in 2022 when OF model Courtney Clenney was alleged to have stabbed her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, in her Miami apartment and killed him. I've known about this case since it first hit headlines in 2022 and I've seen some of the video, but until I did the deep dive into this case, I had no idea just how explosive this relationship was. Courtney and Christian met in Austin, Texas in 2020 and seemed to fall in love pretty quickly. At the time, Courtney was a fitness influencer. She always loved the spotlight from a young age and even appeared in a few music videos and small movie roles. In 2017, Courtney moved out to Los Angeles to pursue her career in Hollywood, and in that time, she was able to garner a whopping 2 million followers on Instagram. Christian seemed to be the opposite of Courtney, living a more low-key lifestyle, especially on social media. He was from Texas, where he studied communication studies at Texas Tech University, and he was a cryptocurrency trader. This turns out to be a big source of contention in their relationship, where Courtney constantly taunts Christian about how she makes more money than him and tries to make him feel bad about it. In January 2022, Courtney and Christian make the move down to Miami, where Courtney signs a lease on a beautiful high-rise that costs her $10,000 a month in rent. But before we get into Courtney and Christian's life in Miami, it's important for us to rewind back to July of 2021, just 8 months before the fatal night. On July 27th, 2021, Courtney and Christian are caught on body cam footage as police were called to the Cosmopolitan Hotel for a domestic dispute. This is the first legal record and body cam footage we have of Courtney and Christian getting into these really ugly domestic fights. Christian and Courtney were separated and put into 2 separate rooms where they were questioned about the incident.
More of the story, like I was on the couch, like she threw the glass, and my mouth on my face. Then I went back to bed. Like, I was like, why'd you do that shit?
What triggered her to throwing the glass at you?
She tells me to work on a couple things, like my tone, facial expressions. So I think it was like my tone. I was like, yeah, go downstairs then. You know, obviously I didn't say it like that, but it could have been like, like a she knows how to describe tone. I don't know because I never realized my tone, but I know that she said she wanted to go downstairs. I was like, go downstairs then. And then a bottle thrown in my head. I don't want nothing wrong, just like heat of the moment,
I understand. People get upset. It doesn't happen
like,
often.
I love that girl. Like, I know it sounds different, it looks different to y'all, but like, been through some shit with that girl, like, so like, our love was deep,
The way that it started was really just like, he was upset with me because I fell asleep before dinner last night, and so he was just calling me names, and I woke up, and we were going back and forth, like getting really loud, and I decided to call because we were getting really loud. It wasn't because I was like scared or anything. He wouldn't hurt me, but I felt that we were either going to get kicked out or wake people up or something because it was just like escalating.
Why did you call for help?
Because we were getting really loud.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to disturb everybody, so I felt the need to have him removed from the room. He just got louder because my feelings were being hurt. Obviously, we're going back and forth. He was already upset with me. I was getting upset with him. We were getting loud. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to like do damage to the room or something. Not damage to each other. Like, I really want to like
But why would you
highlight
think
that.
why would you think that you were gonna do damage to the room?
I like throwing something. Or like,
Did you throw something?
did I?
Yeah.
No.
Did anybody throw anything?
No.
So why would you think that there is damage to the room to be made?
Because I've done that before in our house. And I
What have you done?
thrown a glass at him, plate. And I could just see like the way that things were going, we were either gonna get loud or I was gonna end up throwing something or like get in trouble somehow. So I was like, you know what, I'm just nipping this in the bud.
Did you throw a glass or a plate at him today?
No.
Okay. So if
No,
I...
this was before.
Okay, so when I go to the room and I see a broken glass on the floor, where did the glass come from?
I don't know. I literally couldn't even remember how the fight started.
Okay, well,
Was there?
yeah.
Maybe I did.
Okay.
In this footage, Courtney's very laid back. It's as though she feels like she called police to break up their fight. They were going to question them, send them on their way, and everything would be okay, but that's not the case. Since Christian claimed that Courtney threw a glass at him, and Courtney didn't deny it, as a matter of fact, she said that sounds like something that I would do even though I don't remember it. And officers found glass in the hotel room broken on the floor. The officer told Courtney and Christian separately that there needed to be an arrest made.
Courtney, this is the deal. So, the investigation showed that you threw a glass at him, and that in this state is considered a battery. And since you two are in a relationship, that is considered battery of domestic violence. It's a mandatory arrest.
Okay, there's a lot that I didn't say because I didn't want him to get in trouble. Like
Okay.
grabbing me and pushing me down.
Okay. So, like I said, we already went over this. I'm just explaining you what's going to happen. Anything else that you tell me, I'll be happy to put it on the report. But at this point, you're going to be transported, okay?
May I at least get a hug from my boyfriend before?
He's already gone.
Gone where?
He already left the building.
So I don't have my phone with me. I need to make sure that my promise ring that you got me is upstairs. There's a lot that like happened that I don't want to bring up because
Let me explain to you. Let me explain.
I haven't-
Calm down for a
I
second.
haven't brushed my teeth. I need to shower. Everything's I am on my period.
Let me explain to you how this is going to work. Okay? Calm down for a second. You have been cool, and I'm trying to give you the same courtesy, okay? There is no discretion for us if we have to make the arrest or not. You have to go. We are the bad guys here. The way it works is that we did all the crimes, it is a misdemeanor. So you're going to be given bail, but the sooner that we can get this going, the sooner that you can get out. I already spoke with him. I already told him where were you going to be, how does the process work, and all that stuff.
You told Christian.
Everything. I told him. He knows absolutely everything that he needs to know.
He's gonna come there.
I assume that he's going to come get you, of course. Okay, okay?
Okay.
So, are you going to be cool with us?
Like
Because
cause
you're
problems. No, I'm not.
right.
I'm not gonna cause problems.
Okay, so go ahead. Sooner that I can get her out of here, sooner that I can get her to jail, the 12 hours start ticking. Okay? And the reason why you do that? Huh? I can't let you talk. Hey, no, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is what the law says I have to do. Okay? I'm just trying to explain to you how can you get her out. The sooner the better. Okay? I'm going to give you some information. It's going to show you where she is heading. She's going to CCDC. All you have to do is call 311. They'll give you the information of CCDC. And I also have to tell you, okay, there is this organization called Safe Nest that provides, there is this organization called Safe Nest that provides help to people. I'm gonna give you the whole thing. That provides help to victims of domestic violence, which is you. Do you want me to call them for you so you can talk to them?
There's a last contact just like before, like I don't remember how like actually say why they let me say hi to her before all of them asking me before we could take it away from me. It's just they like
Because of the circumstances, I can't let you do that. Okay?
circumstances.
Hey, I have been trying to be you wanted the door open, you wanted to go to the bathroom, you wanted some water. I'm trying to help you as much as I can, okay? But there's just so much that I can do. Okay? This is for you to keep. Do you have any questions for me?
Last
Yes.
before you take my home from the show, can I see her one more time?
I can do that because of the circumstance.
Officers decided to charge Courtney with domestic battery, which is a misdemeanor. Now let's fast forward back to Miami, January 31st, 2022. Courtney and Christian have barely been in Miami a couple of weeks, and this is just a couple of months before the fatal incident occurs. While we don't have body cam audio or video footage of an incident occurring, we do have a medical record that has been redacted that shows a hospitalization on the date of January 30th. And we also do have a text message from Christian himself. The text message reads, "From getting stabbed multiple times to forgiving and being forgiven, marriage talks, kid talks, vulnerable to you. This is what I deserve? Babe, I was in the hospital and you went to Midtown and slept somewhere for the night. Why, Courtney, why? I was in the hospital looking forward to seeing you and you go drink and leave with someone when your boyfriend is passed out on the bed getting stitched up because I lost so much blood?" Courtney responds back and says, "I love you so much, Christian. I should have been at the hospital with you and I should have slept next to you. I always have. I feel extreme regret, sadness, and humiliation, and I am so sorry for hurting you." We also have photos that Christian took of himself in reference to the getting stabbed multiple times, and it is 2 cuts to his face that are fairly deep enough that he needed to get stitches. And this is not the last time we're going to talk about these cuts either. In these text messages, Christian also references Courtney going drinking and going home with somebody. I believe that this is alluding to Courtney possibly cheating on Christian while he was in the hospital suffering from injuries that she caused. On February 2nd, 2022, just days after these text messages with Christian, we have a note from Courtney's phone that she wrote out because she was a very big note taker. And this is pure speculation, but it almost sounds like she is writing out her thoughts as to why she cheated on Christian. The note reads, "This relationship is taking a toll on me, both of us. I love Christian and trusted him to raise my future kids. The names are whatever now because they were our names. It won't be the same with someone else. That's just wrong anyway. I don't want to lose him. Honestly, probably would never get over him. But if I'm going to do anything with my life, I might have to." He says all of these, and then it appears that there's about 2 lines in this note that are redacted that we don't know what it says. The note continues by saying, "He kept asking why, and I don't know what to say. But after 2 days of being in the living room, all I had the chance to really think it through, and I think I figured it out. There's a part of me in the back of my head has been thinking it's over, and that part is normally not the dominant part because I have hope with all my wits about me, but that night it took over. I absolutely do cope negatively and self-sabotage, but it's like he acts like my cheerleader, but also wants me to. Why did he have to yell good morning at me? I seriously was not expecting that kind of energy. I didn't know I did anything wrong. I told him I was going to the gym. I hadn't eaten yet, so it's obvious I had a mission. And then he says he did that because I asked for the puff before saying good morning. Right after I said I was going to the gym real quick, he was hitting the puff and looking at his phone with his back to me. I wasn't even bothered, but that makes sense. Then he maliciously barks good morning at me because I, and she really emphasized the I here, didn't say good morning first. My stomach dropped. I hated him for it, and it set off a bomb inside of me. I meant it with all my heart when I said I'd never cheat on him. Not Christian, and it's irreversible." Then next, on February 5th, 2022, just 3 days later, Courtney starts writing another note, which she modifies a month later on March 8th, but it looks to be a Dear Christian letter, and what is written in here is very, very interesting. The note says, "Christian, let me begin by saying you are so special to me and who I plan on my kids calling Dad. You deserve better treatment on Sunday to state the obvious, but you deserve better in the days following and when I cut you. I absolutely hate myself, what I did to you, and how hurt you must feel. I'd give anything to be able to take it back and just go home or to urgent care. Because I disappeared on you, then this happens." I'm going to stop right there for a second because I have something I want to point out. Courtney started writing this note on February 5th, and she says, "You deserve better treatment on Sunday to state the obvious." Well, if we go back to the Sunday before February 5th, 2022, it's January 30th. And on January 30th, we have a redacted medical record. And on January 31st, we have Christian texting Courtney saying, "You stabbed me, you left me in the hospital by myself, you went out and got drunk with your friends, and then you went home with somebody else and you cheated on me." Then she references "when I cut you," which she's saying cut, he's saying stabbed. Either way, he needed stitches and lost a lot of blood. And then she's referencing what he's saying in his text messages by saying, "I wish I had just gone home," or to urgent care because he's saying you went out, you got drunk, and you didn't even come home. Which is honestly pretty callous to me that you would get into a fight with your boyfriend and then take a knife, slice him in his face, and then go out and drink with your friends while he's in the hospital, texting you from the hospital, and you don't even go home, and you go cheat on him. We also have some now redacted text messages from that night where they're texting back and forth, and Courtney says, hopefully this will give you time to think about your actions and enjoy the hospital. Then she says, tell them your side, then I'll tell them what really happened. He texted her back, I'm not going to say anything, and I'm going to say that it was a football incident. There's also another text exchange between Christian and Courtney. I'm not sure the date of when the text messages were exchanged, but it is in reference to a Vegas trip. And there was that 2021 Vegas trip where Courtney was arrested for domestic battery. I'm not certain if that's the same trip, but it could be. In the text message from Christian to Courtney, he says, the crazy thing about all of this is that yesterday when you stabbed me in the leg and saw how bad it was hurting me and I couldn't walk, I couldn't do, and you were telling me, I wish I could take your pain away. I wish it was me and not you. The next morning, I still woke up happy. I still gave you a good day, even though my leg was hurting because my girlfriend stabbed me. So you're telling me you can't do the same thing the next day and say, whatever happened last night, today's a new day? Because that's what I do for you. I woke up happy. I took you to Vegas to get drove right back, helped you shoot, drank with you, did blow with you, just so you could have a great day. And I'm doing all of this while my leg hurts so bad. Did I make you feel like for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hoped tomorrow would be better. Courtney responds to Christian and says, if you decide to get security, call. I will tell them exactly what happened. Christian responds and says, hey, I'm sorry. If it's okay, can I come back up? I know you said 5 minutes, but I've been in the restroom. My nose is bleeding and the back of my head hurts, like really hurts. I don't know if it was your hand or the phone, but I'm really dizzy. Courtney responds to Christian and says, I'm putting your stuff up. You can come get it when I say you can. And then she sends a follow-up response that says, go get first aid. Christian then responds with a series of text messages that read, they have to take me somewhere. My shirt was off walking through the casino so I wouldn't get blood on it. Can you open the door, please? And you were pounding the phone on my head when I was done. It's okay, but can you let me in? I don't feel good, please. Courtney, can you open the door? I don't feel good and there's a bump on the back of my head. Can you just let me in? I'll be on the couch while you're in the bed. I don't want my nose to bleed and going back and forth downstairs to the restroom is making me nauseous. I'm getting anxiety and you know how I get. Can you please let me in and help me, please? We don't need to say a word. I haven't ate and I'm running on 2 hours of sleep and drugs. Please open the door. Courtney, I don't feel good. Open the door for real. This isn't cool. I have a lump on the back of my head and I'm dizzy and anxious and I can't keep walking up and down when my leg hurts. Come on. Courtney, can you come get me? I'm not feeling too hot and I need to lay down with an ice pack. I can't see straight. I've been sitting in the restroom for an hour. Courtney, this is up. I have a lump on my head. I'm bleeding and have anxiety. Can you answer the phone? Courtney, can you let me in? You hit me in the face with a phone, then continue to hit me in the back of the head with the phone. Now I have a lump. I'm bleeding, throwing up. Think I got a mild concussion and have anxiety. All I hope is for a better tomorrow. You can let me in or not. I apologize before you said you were kicking me out and you spit on me. No matter how mad and tough it gets, you don't treat the one that you love that way. State fairs tomorrow. Be ready. After all of these text messages from Christian, Courtney finally responds and she says, well, I'm really sorry, Christian. I hope you're okay. I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and the back of your head and spitting on you. Is it right? No. You just me the off. But I still love you. I don't know about the fair tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a change of heart with some rest. The latch will be off. I'm going to bed. Don't say anything until the morning. We can talk then. And she follows up that message with, I just read these texts and I'm truly sorry for responding like that while you were in pain. I should have let you in clearly. I didn't realize you might have a mild concussion. I should have just come back with the medicine. I love you. I'll be back soon. Depending on what discovery is allowed during the trial, we now have 3 alleged stabbings of Christian by Courtney. And we have him saying, you stabbed me in the leg, you stabbed me in the face, and then obviously the fatal blow. And then we have these notes and these text messages from Courtney where she's acknowledging that she's cut him, that he makes her mad, that she gets aggressive with him. There are over 300 notes that were added into discovery from Courtney's phone. And in those notes, it includes reminders to herself. Don't spit on Christian. Don't slap Christian. Don't hurt Christian. And then we have one final message from Christian that he sends to Courtney. And it's very long, so I'm not going to read all of it. I'll put it up on the screen. But in this message, the second line, he said, is love going to kill me? He says in this message, I always think about Man, okay, Christian, you took all of this. Why? Because you love her. Okay, time after time after time, I tell you, hey, please, like, you're hurting me. And yes, you'll say, yeah. And then it just repeats. Like, what if the knife sliced my lip and it wasn't my beard, my cheek, my eye? What might have happened next time? I pray there is no next time like that. It's so haunting and heartbreaking to look at these messages because he's predicting his own death. He's saying, what if next time you don't just cut my face? What if it's worse? Is love going to kill me? And then not even 2 months later, love really did kill him. Then in these messages, he continues to go on and he says, February was the worst month I had so far. I got cheated on. I got called that word again. I got slapped in my stitches that have reopened multiple times and it's not healing fast enough. You've sent me to jail. You called the cops on me. You literally threatened me with security knowing that I have a warrant out because of something that you caused. And I still love you after all of that because I knew regardless of what I went through, the first person I wanted to see was you. Did you pay for my medical bills at Parkland that day after the Crescent? No. Did I even tell you how much it was for the ambulance, for the CT scan, for the medication, for the hospital room? No, I didn't tell you that. I just handled on me. Did I ask my girlfriend for $4,000 back? Nah. Just wanted to be next to her after I went through something so horrific. Then Christian goes on to talk about earlier when I said finances was clearly a source of contention. He says, I'm always clowned by you for having less than you, even though I spend like you, especially behind closed doors for you. It hurts that maybe you're kidding, or maybe not. Then Christian continues on saying, like, honestly think to yourself. Like, I've cut this person's face. I've stabbed him. I've called him out of his name to the highest level. And if he was an evil person, he could ruin my career. He can go tell the police, go to the courtroom. But no, he wouldn't do that to you because he loves you. Now the question is, if he wouldn't do that to you, why would you do that to him? I literally was face down, uptown Dallas, handcuffed when people are screaming while you were drunk upstairs and I had to go to jail. Further down in the message, he says, all of this stuff is affecting me too. Like, you can go out and have fun, right? Now, do you think you'd go out and have fun if you had a slash on your chin? Do you think you'd make content if you had stitches on your face? My goodness, you literally just had surgery on your shoulder and you're hitting me with your left hand. You literally need surgery or to have a cast on your right fingers and you're hitting me with your right hand. Your boyfriend is black and you're calling him that? Your boyfriend isn't dirty. Why are you spitting on him? Now I want to switch gears and talk about the video footage from this case because we were able to read through notes and text messages, and I think it was important to give you background and context so when you watch these videos, you can see them through the eyes of both Courtney and Christian. Starting on February 21st, 2022, we see surveillance footage from the elevator in Courtney's apartment. It shows Courtney entering the elevator and Christian enters behind her. She's clearly already very agitated because she's hitting the elevator screen where you press the button to go up and down. And then once the elevator doors shut, she's seen striking Christian. The story behind this footage is that Courtney claims that she didn't want Christian to come up to the apartment and he was stalking her. So he let himself onto the elevator. She didn't want him on there, but he came on anyways. So she starts hitting him almost in a roundabout way. She's claiming self-defense because she's saying he's stalking her. She didn't want him in the apartment, but he came on anyways. So she's angry, she's agitated, and she's defending herself. In March of 22, there's a video, but it's more of an audio because there's nothing really to look at, of a fight between Courtney and Christian.
Baby, please. Just get in the car. Just please. I'm sorry for calling you stupid. You will never hear me doing that. Was not right for me to do that. Please, baby, don't kill yourself.
You will never protect me.
I will.
Somebody was being horrible to me.
Hey, just
you
tell me.
defended them.
Okay, just tell me in the car.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Stay here. You're gonna.
See?
Your dogs are gonna.
See, you just said stay here. Fuck you. Wow.
I saw you banging your head. That's not
Yes.
good. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Do you know what that is like, though? It means that I want to kill myself.
You don't need to feel like that. You don't need to feel like
Not
that.
knowing I tell him this.
So breathe in.
He literally makes fun of me when I am crying. Sorry, I'm not yelling.
No, I get it.
If they get to stop me.
I get it. Look, I have a wife too. I'm married. I have kids. I have a life. You know, I didn't need to stop and pull over, but I see you guys need help. You guys don't need to be going through this shit right now, bro. Alright? Really sorry. No, it's alright, bro.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Look.
This guy was really yelling into our car. He was yelling at me, making fun of me from my car. So he said, come swing on me, come swing on me. So I opened the door and I got out and I fucking hit him. And then he said, go apologize to that man. You know, he was hanging in my car.
We all make mistakes.
No, it's like, he's like, what would you do if you were me?
I know.
I feel like I don't have anywhere to go but my head.
In February 2022, Courtney and Christian took a trip up to Aspen, Colorado. I believe it was a work trip, and the videos that were released by Christian's family, and they were recorded by Andy, who was Courtney Clenney's manager at the time.
Anyway, no, like I was fucking sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. Like, you're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to sit
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Ask her, did I touch her
Do
breast
you
yesterday?
see how fucking instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I fucking...
You did. I didn't say you fucking touched it.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as fuck. I actually don't want to be with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Fucking done. Done. Because you're fucking like, you're costing me money. I didn't do shit since I got to this fucking house because of you.
You let my mom say some lying ass shit.
No, because you were fucking flirting with fucking like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well,
come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't even
Yo,
sound
this is
right.
like, Christian, you're fired.
Fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You will never see me again. You are the most
good bitch.
motherfucker I ever met in my life.
Hopefully you will let
you,
me.
Courtney.
Fuck you too. Get the fuck out of here. This isn't your fucking house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Like you're just like my fucking boyfriend. Get the fuck out of here.
Just like your
I
boyfriend?
can actually get like shit done if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out of here. No, that's not gonna be the next time. Get the fuck out.
Stop
Get out.
Don't touch me again.
Good thing, get out, bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
There are a couple things that I want to talk about when it comes to this Colorado trip, or just talk about in general. First of all, it is said that Christian worked for Courtney. So in the video, she says, "That's it, you're fired." I believe he was Courtney's assistant, or he was some type of assistant role. There were text messages with Andy where he's talking about, we need this done for Courtney, or we need this certain content, things of the sort. So it looked like he was in charge of maybe her schedule or her content. Now we know Courtney has claimed self-defense against Christian many times. We just haven't seen any proof of any physical abuse from Christian. There are these photos in Courtney's phone that they took on that Aspen, Colorado trip where she's covered in bruises and she has scrapes, and there's obviously something going on. We do not know if these are self-inflicted wounds that she caused in aggression towards Christian. But when she gets to Aspen, there is this video where she's doing an ice bucket challenge and she doesn't have the bruises. But then when they took the photos of her for content, she has the bruises on her. So those bruises were obviously a result of something that happened while she was in Aspen. We don't know what happened, but I do think it's important to include these photos because in one of the photos in particular, you can see how she edited out the photo and posted it to her Instagram timeline. Now this brings us to the last 3 days of Christian's life. The apartment staff called police to the property due to a domestic disturbance between Courtney and Christian. In the body cam footage, you can see the apartment staff saying Christian's been hanging around the lobby. He can't do that. He either needs to go upstairs to the apartment or he needs to leave. Courtney's saying that they broke up, that he's been stalking her, that she wants a restraining order. He's been sleeping in her elevator room without her knowing. Her mom went in there and found him sleeping. She said that she believes he's going to try and get a restraining order before she does because he's petty and she wants to be the one to do it because she doesn't want him coming back to the apartment, but he keeps stalking her and he keeps showing up. And Christian is nowhere to be found in this body cam footage, but I do find it very interesting that one of the employees says to the police officer, Christian charged Courtney and we had to intervene. Hotel staff also says that Courtney has been served with an eviction notice because she's 4 months behind in rent, which mind you, this is the 4th month of the year. They moved in January, so she hasn't paid any rent. And they said cops have been called to this apartment complex 7 times due to a domestic disturbance between Courtney and Christian. And we know this checks out because there was a note in Courtney's phone on March 28, 2022 that reads, "To whom it may concern, I understand that there is a grievance on my residential account at One Paraiso due to failure to pay rent in March. Additionally, I understand there have been multiple noise complaints that caused disturbance. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the stress which my residency has caused. I will hand deliver a cashier's check for March's rent today and would be happy to do the same for April on the last day of this month as to gain trust for next month if I am given the opportunity. I am also okay with moving out because I do think I personally personally may do better in a single family home considering the embarrassment and problems I've caused, but also because I was recently diagnosed with, and then they redacted that, by a psychologist. The reason I made the appointment with her was because of all of the recent issues at my apartment. I apparently have a severe case which explains my erratic behavior as a grown woman. I am now in the beginning stages of taking medication for it and am supposed to see a difference after a month or so. In addition, I have begun therapy. I'm willing to vacate and it may be for the best on both sides, but I would be incredibly grateful if you'd be willing to give me through April to find a new place to live. Lastly, I am grateful to have had the opportunity to live in this complex as it is my favorite place to have lived thus far, regardless of my behavior displaying otherwise. I can provide proof of my mental health condition if that would be helpful. Thank you for your consideration again. I am so sorry for the trouble. Sincerely, Courtney Clenney. Now let's talk about April 3rd, 2022, the day of the fatal incident between Courtney and Christian. It has been said that after the incident on April 1st that Christian and Courtney got back together. On the day of the incident, Christian left the apartment at 1:15 p.m. During the time that he was gone, Courtney live streamed on Instagram. She did appear to be maybe drunk or some type of intoxicated during the live. After Courtney ended the live, she attempted to call Christian at 4:01 p.m. and again at 4:33 p.m. and Christian returned back to Courtney's apartment at 4:33 p.m. with Subway. It is believed that the reason that Courtney and Christian were fighting that day was because when Christian left to get Subway, he turned his location off, and Courtney happened to notice. 10 minutes later, Courtney called her mom at 4:43 p.m. for 6 minutes. Then she called her mother again at 4:49 p.m. for 7 minutes. And then just 24 minutes after Christian got home with the Subway, Courtney placed the call to 911.
Now, what's the line?
One operator dial. What is the address of your emergency?
Well, now I'm gonna die.
Hey, man, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
I'm gonna die.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am.
So my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address, baby?
131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
127453582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, you can sit down.
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yes, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Rescue, this is PD Physician Juliet. To call it. Ma'am, hold on one moment.
It is believed that Christian was stabbed between 4:43 and 4:57 p.m. while Courtney was on the phone with her mother. The body cam footage from when police arrive at Courtney's apartment is equally as chaotic.
I have to keep him upright. I just want to keep him upright.
Get up right now. Mommy, listen, get up right now.
Baby, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What's your name, Courtney?
Courtney. Just keep him sitting upright. Leave.
Courtney, listen to me. Get up. Get up, come on. You gotta get the dogs in.
Okay.
Get up.
Please, go. Please.
Listen. Get up. Get up right now. You can drop him on the floor. I'll help him out. Get up.
Oh, no.
Get up.
No, I can't.
Get up.
I can't let this, okay?
Wait,
Wait, it wasn't me. Guys,
Relax.
Why? No, guys.
Relax. Boss, what's going on?
Christian was stabbed with a 6-inch knife that went 3 inches into his chest, and ironically, the stab wound was right above a tattoo of Courtney's name in cursive. Courtney claimed that this was self-defense and that she grabbed a knife after Christian shoved her against the wall by the neck and threw her to the ground. Courtney claims that she threw the knife from 10 feet away as a warning to Christian and that she didn't mean to harm him, but the medical examiner says that that's impossible, that she threw the knife from 10 feet away and it landed 3 inches into Christian's chest. And the medical examiner believes that this was an up-close and personal attack. During the interrogation footage where detectives are questioning Courtney about the incident, Courtney is seen asking about Christian repeatedly. Is he okay? Please let him be okay. I don't know how I'm gonna live without him if something happens to him.
So, we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is not real, right? Okay. No, there's no fucking way. Christian died? Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Relax. You'll be fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. You're gonna be okay?
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents and get them over here.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself.
You won't be.
After this. No, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian is dead.
Yes. They're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
I'll talk to your parents. I'll get them. I'm gonna get your parents here ASAP.
We spoke to your parents, and they're trying to do everything possible to get here as soon as possible as well.
To what?
To get your parents, for them to come over here. So they're doing everything possible right now to find a way to get down here.
Take deep breaths.
I've been crying so much.
Don't.
And I just can't even cry right now.
Just take deep breaths. It's a shock. Just relax. Try to relax.
Okay.
Eventually, Courtney was released from questioning and not charged with any crimes. She left Miami and moved back home to Austin, where she purchased a home for $1.3 million on June 21st, 2022, just barely 2 months after Christian Obumseli died. Then on August 26, 2022, a little over 4 months after the fatal incident, Courtney was charged with second-degree murder and was extradited back to Florida from Hawaii, where she was in a rehabilitation center. Courtney was denied bail, so she's been sitting in a Miami-Dade County jail since August 26, 2022, awaiting her trial. On January 30th, 2024, Courtney, her mother, and her father were all charged with evidence tampering, and her parents were extradited from Austin to Florida and charged with a felony. And on a side note, I just want to talk about the irony of January 30th, 2024, because 2 years to the day, on January 30th, 2022, was the day that Courtney stabbed Christian in the face and left him in urgent care to get stitches by himself while she went out and got drunk and cheated on him. The charges against Courtney, her mother, and her father came after prosecution located text messages and emails that alluded to Courtney giving her parents passwords to Christian Obumseli's laptop that they then gave to the attorney to access the laptop. Prosecutors felt as though this was evidence tampering and that there was nefarious activity going on. However, the judge believed that Courtney's attorney was just doing due process into looking into discovery and possible evidence that was located on the laptop. So in June 2024, the judge dropped the charges against Courtney, her mother, and her father and excluded that evidence from trial. Courtney's supposed to be back in court later this month in August for a status hearing, and I hope we get a trial date set soon. There's so much evidence that's always being released in this case, so anything new that I see, I'll keep you guys updated. And if you guys want me to go in depth on the discovery or the documentation or court records, let me know, because there's so much that I did not cover because I didn't want this video to be 3 hours long that I would love to talk about and get into. So if you guys want to see that, let me know and we can do a very in-depth video. I'll go one by one and read you all 300 of the notes on Courtney's iPhone from discovery. And if you guys want to see all of the body cam, audio, and video footage from this case in chronological order, I'm going to link it down below so you can watch all of it. It's going to be hours long, so buckle in, but it will be raw, uncut, unfiltered, just video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. More Courtney Clenney updates are coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment anything that you guys want to see from me. I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you so much more than you know. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.